Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit the ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Let's talk again on the euro currency. So yesterday we talked about the possible retracement that could start soon on the euro, and the only question was about the level, from which level this retracement could start. There were two scenarios that we talked about. The first one is the median start of the retracement. Second scenario is maybe market will have some power to reach the confidence here on the daily and then turn to the major retracement. Currently we see that it seems that the first scenario take the lead, and yes, the market turns to the downside. The point from which the market starts the downward action looks a bit surprising, just because it was not able even to grab the stops above this area, because we have, if you remember, some intraday targets around 1355 area or even slightly higher, but market ignored this, wasn't able to touch these targets and turn down. In general, the patterns and the targets is based on the extensions that actually stands significantly lower than the market stands right now. It means that the targets are still valid, and if retracement will be not very significant, market could test and reach these targets a bit later. But in general, this is it's not really very common action, because in most cases market tries first to complete the targets, especially if they stand just 10-15 pips above the market. So, but anyway, you can see that action started. So on a daily chart, we have the bearish reversal swing, because market creates the new top, compares to the previous session and close below the lows of the previous session. This causes a reversal session. As I said many times already, usually reversal sessions have the continuation. So at least they should form a kind of the ABCD pattern or some extension to the downside. They could be different scale, but it's usually if you have the reversal session, it means that soon should appear another black candle of the different value. So it could be significant or not significant, but anyway, should be some downward action. So it means that there are two levels that we're keeping an eye on today and tomorrow's sessions. This first one, 1290, where market stands right now, and the next one is 1256, a confidence support on the daily. It also agrees with the previous tops and bottoms, so it's also natural area, natural support resistance area. So that means that from one of these levels, probably market could try to establish upward action, because we haven't completed targets. That retracement should be enough to abandon the uncomfortable condition of the overbought, and should some relief market will get here, and we should keep an eye on this level, because from the bullish perspective, actually, as you can see, upward action was really very fast. And retracement to the 30% and to the confluence should be sufficient, because market actually hasn't hit any major targets here. So and market stands not at the major resistance, because it stands above. It's mostly tactical retracement reaction on the overbought. So I think that the 1256 is an area where we should keep an eye on the possible bullish patterns, and should be careful to some possible reversal here. So anyway, on the 4-hour time frame chart, what we have, actually market is forming right now on the top, it's currently cheaper to buy, which it suggests that probably some deep retracement here should be, and this is normal, because take a look, upward action was relatively fast. We have talked about the COP target, if you remember. The market yesterday has formed this ABCD action, and it gives us the currently cheaper to buy. And since we have the reversal swing here, because this swing down is greater than previous swing up, so it means that here the retracement probably should be deep, I mean to the upside. Of course, we can't exclude the chance that market will establish upward action immediately right from this point. It's also possible, But at the moment that bit uncomfortable for this scenario is reversal session in the daily. So if that will be just minor black candle, well, in this case we could say, well, probably yes, this could be upward continuation. But in the current circumstances, I would suggest that 1256 is a more probable level where upward action could be reestablished. So that being said, the first stage of our plan here is upward action somewhere into the 1322. This deep 618 retracement to the upside, completion of this catalyst triple to buy, then downward acceleration, or better to say continuation right to the 1256 confidence support. On the hourly chart, here we have some extension as well. So yesterday, actually, guys, as you can see, market has formed clear catalyst triple to sell. It was not able to form the butterfly. If you remember, I talked about the butterfly, so because this was the targets around 1355, but market wasn't able to do this. Overall price action looks very sloppy and choppy. It's definitely not the upward continuation. But anyway, previous momentum here stands strong, and in this case, these chances on the upward continuation still exist on the market. Now, taking into consideration this A, B, C top pattern, market hits OP. Now it's forming a retracement right from the 1290. This is actually agreement with the Fib support. As you can see, OP coincides with the 1290 support Fib level. So we expect the pullback now somewhere to the 1325, and then we will be watching for XOP. It also creates an agreement with the 1256 here, but if you remember, this is also confidence support on the daily chart. So that will be very great, very significant support areas of confidence and agreement. So because the XOP target all stands here, it's a very good level where we could consider possible upward continuation. So that's our view on euro currency.